Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Tangledeep, where today we're going to hear a story. I elected not to buy the stuff from the casino. That hammer, being rank 9, had pretty good base stats, and it's possible we could have turned it into something really powerful, but we don't have a lucid orb for adding a damage type. I think I would rather wait until the casino shows us either a legendary that's super cool, or something that's high rank that already has a damage type enhancement on it, and then we could work with that, or until we find a lucid orb that does add like lightning or fire damage. Would be really cool. So for right now, let's just go and try to learn a thing here. So each story is a journey unto itself. For some, you'll bring no material possessions or skills. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what they do, right? Let's try. I mean, who doesn't love a gold frog? Let's try Gold Frog's Grand Grotto. Let's just see what these are. Floor is 15, difficulty average. Begin at level 1 with no gear, skills, pet, or inventory. Yeah, we could do this. Monsters will respawn. They don't drop items or gear, but there are shopkeepers on every floor. This seems like it'll be interesting. Maybe we can earn ourselves a relic to take back and I don't know, do what with exactly, but we'll see what it is. Alright, reach the highest floor, defeat the Mystery King there. Find only stairs up here. There is no backtracking. All monsters are completely unique, created using a mix of traits and stuff. Yep, okay. It's like playing the game from the very beginning. Did we start with... Yes, we did start with some job points. Okay, we can only use paladin abilities here. I think we'd be fools not to take Smite right away, and then also... Divine Fury at least gives us a way to spend our Wrath charges. Seems like an okay start. So we have a crummy blunt training sword, and a crummy shield. It's blunt enough that it's actually a mace. Okay. Alright, I guess let's have a look around. Got some robes of brambles. Of brambles, I believe, makes enemies take melee damage, or take damage when they attack us in melee. Trivial damage. But also, 6% dodge, and I guess there's no reason for me to attack. We need XP. Alright, let's smite. May as well. That seems like a thing not to stand in. Okay, Smite also reduces enemy attack power, which is a thing that I don't think I knew, despite the fact that I totally have read... What is that? That is a towering pile of tigers? Well, we should probably start off most engagements with a Smite, as long as we have the, stamina to do so. So we're finding a lot of real garbage equipment so far. Definitely want to be learning our abilities as quickly as possible. Charge actually sounds really nice. A useful thing to have. The Grim Marauder Toad. He is a turtling frog, which is confusing. He's also got a tree growing out of him, and maybe... Is he wearing pants? Is that how a frog would wear pants? You have 4 legs, my dude. Like, they're not even... Okay. Listen, he knows his business. I'm just gonna assume he knows how to frog better than I do. Oh god, there's more of them. I don't know that there's necessarily anything to do here except smash this dude, though, right? Like, we don't really have the, Oh, he's gonna blow up. I'm gonna step to the side. Okay, no, that was not blow up, that was shoot light. It is a shame that the enemies don't drop anything. I gotta remember that. As far as decision-making goes, it's like removes a lot of the reason to attack champions. Okay, that worked. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to let me through. But, yeah, okay, that'll do it. Alright, so the Marauder Frogs can always shoot lightning. That is not a champion thing. Ooh, Split Mail. That is probably a better move for us. 11% physical resistance with -2 damage from physical. The Of Treasures probably doesn't do anything at all here, because we don't get drops from monsters anyway. I'm not actually sure if that is better. It says plus 0.1% defense on this, but honestly, like, I know that dodge makes your relying on dodge for mitigation makes your damage reduction a little bit spiky, a little bit harder to predict, but I think it's probably also more powerful. It can certainly just fail you and cause you to die. But I think we're going to go with the spiky mitigation. We're also going to be pretty thorough here. First of all, we just like desperately need flask charges. Also, shopkeepers, that's fun. But mostly what I'm thinking here is we need XP. We need to fight monsters so that we can level up and get more skills. Yeah, like that. Okay, Iron Claws, I believe, are a slightly higher... Ooh, that kunai is item rank 5, actually. Yeah, I'll take that. You cannot throw a kunai in this game. They are just stabbing weapons. Got ourselves a Glowtorch of Agility. Well, Glowtorches increase your fire and lightning damage, and that's actually all of our magic, so we should probably equip that over, let's say, the running shoes? The holy symbol, like, certainly has some value. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. Alright, let me sell all of my unequipped common gear, and then also the split mail that I'm not going to use. And let's see what you got. Show me something cool. He has a flail. Flails are cool. 215 base power. It is almost all of our money, though. Okay, let's see here. We get some interesting stuff. Greedy rope strap of treasures. Oh, it's a bull greedy rope strap, because it has, bull has that knockback chance. Hey, this seems okay. Oh, Kalzarius' headhunter is here. If only I could put together 1,100 gold. I mean, it's a two-handed weapon, but it's way better than everything else that we have access to, so we might want to use it for a while. And then Sapping Spear of Deadly and Sticky. Auto-use 3 stamina instead of being paralyzed. Your critical hits reduce enemy damage output and plus 20% crit damage. I think we should probably try to get this, right? Our shield is garbage right now anyway. This will carry us for a while. So, I need to put together 1,190 gold. Let's... How much... Alright, there's still unexplored dungeon. Will I be able to make up that much money? I don't know. There's a gold frog, so maybe. This might be a good time to... No, you know what? I'm gonna finish off this guy. I was gonna say, might be a good time to just focus super hard on the gold frog. I'm gonna shoot him now with 4 bolts of lightning. Okay, he really blew up a lot faster than I was expecting. Usually when you attack a gold frog, it like jumps away, you gotta chase it, and it's a whole ordeal. But apparently here they're just like piñatas full of money. Alright, well I'm not super sanguine on our chances of making it to enough money to buy that axe yet, then. Might be a good idea to equip the short bow. Just have a short bow in one of our slots here so that we have a good ranged attack for times when Divine Fury is on cooldown. Let's sell these. It's only 21 gold, yeah. We could wander around this floor for a while. It would probably take quite a while to build up to 1190. I'm just going to keep moving. And we're going to do like I said here. We're going to throw this into slot 2. And we're going to switch back to this. Put my shield on. And pair it with the weapon so that when we switch to the bow and then switch back, we have our shield back again. Alright, what is the next thing we want to learn? I don't know that it is Radiant Aura. I don't think Radiant Aura is all that useful. It's probably either Shield Slam or Blessed Hammer. We don't actually have heavy armor on, so armor training doesn't work yet. Shield Mastery is pretty good too. The point is, let's bank, and we'll just move on without buying that Headhunter. Hopefully he's not the only merchant who will be able to sell us really powerful items on our little trip here. Charge you out of there. Okay. Wandering around and fighting the constantly respawning monsters could be... Huh. That's a walk-in mushroom creature. Oh, it's an annoying one, too. And that is some kind of crystal rhinoceros. What the hell is going on in this story? Yeah, it's possible that wandering around that floor a little bit more to gather XP would have been a good idea, but also we gotta remember, like, we have very limited healing items. An ember totem. Well, doesn't look like a totem to me. By the way, this is what it looks like when I'm actually trying to do a good job. You notice all the ability usage, not just smashing myself against the enemy over and over again. It is still worth fighting champions. I should note it's not like all champions do is give you an item when they die. They do also give you more XP and job points and stuff than normal monsters. I think that first one just immediately exploding gave me a false idea of how easy it is to kill a gold frog. Okay, so the Augur Soul can heal himself and also remove all negative effects. And despite the fact that he is a rhinoceros, which makes him look like a melee creature, he seems to have no interest in engaging in melee. Also, these conjurer bugs apparently mostly conjure huge rocks, so that's weird. Okay, let's see what your deal is. Do we want these sturdy boots of loyalty? Nope, we have no corral pet. It's not really that good. Alright. Show me something cool. Well, he has a Phasma Quiver, which I don't really have a lot of interest in. What is a Rune of Knowledge? There's true wisdom engraved onto this stone. I can feel it. If I use everything I've learned to decipher the rune, I bet it's going to be worthwhile. That's too fascinating for me not to purchase, right? And then also... good weapon somewhere? Fancy weapons? Not really. Okay, this is 201, chance to freeze enemies. 15% of this weapon's power is added to spirit power, which doesn't sound great, but actually does have some application, because some of our attacks do scale with spirit power in addition to physical power. I think this is a reasonable upgrade, especially for the price. Dagger crits are pretty cool, though. Wait, did that not sell the... Why are you not selling my kunai? I would like to please sell the kunai. It was favorited, I guess, automatically because I paired it with something, maybe? Okay. What the hell is this? Stone hums with energy, and you feel as if you are on the verge of discovering long-forgotten knowledge. With enough concentration, you could reveal the mystery within. I don't have 800 job points. Did that... Okay, it didn't consume it. Well, Relic Hunter seems like a pretty damn good thing, because relics, so far, the only relics we've seen have been, like, very, very good. So, I assume that I want to do that. We'll just move in and maybe let him get the first shot. He did not take it. The fool. I was kind of hoping that the Bog Croaker was going to step into a position orthogonally adjacent to the other enemy so that we could get them both with the Divine Fury bolts. It seemed like Divine Fury was going to be overkill for just the stack of cats. We found a leather cap. That doesn't seem very useful. Ah, these things are very annoying. Damn it. Yeah, paralysis. Paralysis is a total bummer. I don't really have a way of doing anything other than just waiting for him to walk over to me. I guess that's not true. I have this bow. So if we click on an enemy while we're outside of our normal attack range, but we have a ranged weapon in one of our secondary slots, it will just use the ranged weapon real quick and then swap us back. That's something I haven't been doing a lot this series, but I should be, because it's just free damage. Okay, a knight's shovel, that could be useful, maybe. Let's make sure that we are actually exploring the entire floor here. We are not going to have other ways of making up power. If we fall behind, we're just behind. Alright, up top. I wonder what the Relic Hunter skill does. I'm trying to remember what exactly it was that happened with our, with the wrap. We definitely, like, found an item that was not the dungeon relic, and then we're able to turn it into a relic somehow. Oh. Okay, he just has Whirlwind. That's not that big of a deal. I wonder if Relic Hunter will give us more opportunities to do that sort of thing. Oh, right, I'm paralyzed. Boy, he's a tough one. Sharpback. Okay, we do not take any damage from hitting the Sharpback. You know, from its name, I assumed that might be a possibility. Okay. Still a little bit more on this floor. Spending 800 job points on a thing that isn't combat power is definitely going to slow our growth a little bit. But I think early on in the dungeon is a fine time to do a thing like this. Stuff is still relatively easy for the moment. And we're leveling up frequently. You know, later on in the dungeon, as you have seen, those level ups become much scarcer. How dare you paralyze me? Runic Spellbook of Elemental Protection. This is a really bizarre enemy. Alright, don't see any reason to do anything other than smash him good. Probably... I don't think we have a lot of food, right? Yeah, we found a leg of turkey. So I'm going to be pretty cautious with our health consumables. Be reliant on the flask a little bit more than ordinarily I... Yeah, this is what happens when you get yourself into a position where you're fighting the fungus. I just want a path. Please just let me... Please let me through. No. See the gold frog? He's right there. We can get to him. Okay. He has nowhere to go. Then the money just went everywhere. Okay. Something cool. Our friend here has an anti-summon broadsword of conjuration and elemental bolts. Wow. 33% chance to hit a random enemy for 75% of your spirit power as your last used element. Plus 25% damage to summoned creatures. That's a compelling weapon. And there's some fancy stuff here. Ooh, there is a relic. And we will be able to afford this. So we should take this, right? Plus 30% water damage, plus 20% gambler skill damage, 12% all elemental damage. Like, this is nothing for our current character, but we should take this because it's really good for somebody else eventually. And since it's a relic, we will be able to take it out of the dungeon and bank it. Please die. Jesus. What a weirdly tough rat. I'm gonna try not to spend any flask charges. We're 10 XP off of a level up, you know? Okay, more strength. Probably be time to start taking some of that other stuff pretty soon. Some discipline or something. Alright, given the paucity of recovery items that we've gotten so far, that consecrated chalice might actually end up being pretty important. Even when you have very few ways of recovering your HP, even the really bad ones start to look pretty important. Okay, so we definitely have enough money for the relic now. Must you? There's so many frog enemies. And they're all so annoying. A breaker golem. It doesn't look like much of a golem to me. But what do I know? I didn't go to golem school. I mean, I could have gone to golem school. They offered me a full ride, but I turned it down. You know, it's just not the way I saw my life going. My dad always wanted me to go to golem school. He went to golem school. His dad went to golem school, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like me. And then he was like, you will not disgrace this family. It was a whole thing. There was lots of screaming. Mom was crying. But in the end, I pursued my dream of making YouTube videos about retro video games, because that's what true happiness is, let me tell you. There's nothing I could be doing in the world at this moment that is more significant than what I'm doing right now. That's just a huge amount of fire that this frog is emitting. Maybe you could go away. Yes, that will do. Are we clear here? We are almost clear here. I'm gonna have to go through this. Nope, I can go around this fungus. Okay, well, I'm not wild about having to fight another whirlwind enemy, because these are super annoying. But I am wild about the fountain, which apparently I did not collect by just stepping onto it. Maybe you can't pick up fountain charges by being pushed onto them. Okay, there we go. May as well go ahead and heal up a little bit. Damn it. That's so annoying. I'm just assuming that our flask works the same way as normal here. Where we can't, once we're over 25 charges, it stops recharging as efficiently. And we have received no information to suggest that it would work differently, right? Alright, we're gonna wait here for that guy to come around the corner. Once he puts himself in melee range... Oh, that's bad. I don't have the stamina for a charge. I'm just gonna get hit by this. Well, that's a shame. Never mind. Not if I kill him first. It's weird that we did a 69 damage crit followed by a 90 damage normal hit. I guess I defense downed him. Added an awful lot of extra damage. Alright, hold on. Let's sell our items manually because I've not been paying enough attention to what we're picking up. A rope strap of night I don't think is necessarily great. I appreciate a weapon that does shadow damage and adds shadow vulnerable, but we don't hit most enemies all that many times. And also the base power on it is so much lower than what we're using now. Don't need this. Don't need that. Yeah, okay. It looks like we didn't pick up anything interesting. This is heavy armor, but it's bad heavy armor. Alright, relic please. And then actually we still have a fair amount of money left over. Alright, keep this relic after beating the journey. Yeah, no, I don't want this right now. Throw it in my... whatever. Rank will scale based on level prior to entry. Okay, so that'd be like a pretty good... Yeah, that's a pretty good item. It will appear in the bank if you are victorious. You do have to still win. And then we're going to buy this broadsword. Because that's a way better item than the one we're using now. Also, you know how I feel about swords with the parrying. Alright, pair this with this weapon. That's a really impressive power gain, too. It is my favorite club of whatever and treasures, that's true. Alright, 700, was it 800 job points to learn the thing? I don't remember. Let's use it again and find out. It was 800. Okay. That's fine, we'll get it on the next floor. Ooh, free stuff. Okay, yeah, you do still get only one flask charge. Let us cook a campfire meat. With a reduction in the number of healing items we're carrying around, campfire meat is more valuable than ever, and it's already very valuable. Under normal circumstances, extremely valuable. Okay, here's a fire frog. We're going to shoot him with our magic bow. Right, I still don't have any resources. Hey you, drop me some stamina. Thank you. I mean, we're actually getting resources pretty quickly here. We should be able to get Relic Hunter and then get back to learning real abilities fairly quickly. Stop running. Gold Frog is impossible to hit. Who could possibly damage it? There we go. That right there, that's the kind of leaping I was talking about earlier. That's the thing they do that makes them super annoying to kill as a melee character. What about you? Do you have a cool thing? So far, everybody has had some real cool stuff. Vortex Epaulets, the Priceless Hauberk. Heavy armor, very significant physical resistance. This honestly doesn't look all that good as far as relics go. Vortex Epaulets are way outside of our price range and also not really all that good. The Dungeon Digest grants the Keen Eyes perk and gives a lot of spirit power and elemental damage. I mean, that's fine. These are a big upgrade over a holy symbol, that's for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy these. None of this other stuff looks at all exciting. Yeah. Plus 4 core stats beats the hell out of the holy symbol by itself, and then also this does other things. Alright, so we're not saving up money for any particular things here on this floor. Is it re-equipping my shield correctly? Okay, just want to make sure. 782 job points. So we need one more enemy, and then we can become relic hunters. And hopefully that'll be really powerful and cool. Hopefully we'll be able to just like load up the bank with useful stuff. You know what? No, never mind. I was gonna say, this guy's being kind of a pain, let's blast him. But actually, given the amount of health he had left, that would have been a terrible waste of wrath. And this guy we could just wrath. He was kind enough to drop us more energy. I believe that the way the increased chance of getting power-ups in melee works is that you have an increased chance of getting power-ups from anything that dies while adjacent to you, not just things that you kill with melee attacks. I'm not certain on that. Yeah, please stamina and energy. Listen, once upon a time I knew some of the mechanics, and then I didn't play the game for like a while. A period in excess of 1 day, which is about what it takes for me to forget stuff. So I forgot stuff. A wooden crossbow of companions, not going to be too valuable for us. I did miss a thing back here, didn't I? Yeah, here we go. Great big room full of one entire enemy. Alright, I do believe it is time. Alright, Relic Hunter. Plus 4% damage and resistances for each legendary relic or set item you have equipped. Okay. That's not awesome, but it's fine. With there being legendaries and stuff available on the merchants all the time, it's actually totally okay. In normal play, that skill would not be too exciting. Apparently we missed something all the way back at the beginning of the floor, and I am going to go back and get it. Wait, where? Yeah, all the way back. And this enemy is going to chase us, which is fine. Listen, he'll be there when we come back. Okay, those things are very annoying, actually. A tireless shock ring. Well, we are doing a fair amount of lightning damage. What was our second accessory? A glowtorch that's giving us +2 stats. Plus 10 stamina, 15% lightning damage dealt. You know, we don't actually deal any fire damage, I don't think. It's the only benefit we're getting from this is lightning, I think. So yeah, that's a very small upgrade. Alright, are we sure we don't want to buy anything from this dude? Because we're going to the stairs now, so we should double check. You know what? I should definitely buy a butler's bell. A mint fat brew is worth money. And then, yeah, I don't think we want any of this stuff. Dungeon Digest is totally fine. It's a reasonable item. Well, let's save our gold. Are the stairs? Nope, the stairs are not this way, it turns out. I knew that. I was testing you guys. If you shouted at your monitor, congratulations, you've won. There was there's a champion here. Alright, I think we're gonna go after him. For the bonus stats. We could use him. God, I wish we could rotate this. Oh, no, never mind. Apparently it would not have been worth rotating. Oh, cowardice! Making your frog do your dirty work. You should be ashamed of yourself. So we're probably banking up to like 300 or 400 before we do our next thing. 350, 350. Okay, yeah. So it'll be a minute. It'll be a minute before we're ready to buy another ability. Probably it's campfire meat and just flask up here. I do like whatever part of the human brain it is that responds to slot machines is responding to this run a little bit. Like the fact that there's a merchant on every floor who is like guaranteed to have cool stuff is kind of exciting. Somebody did a terrible job of clearing out these dungeon paths. Maybe the caretaker's taking a week off. I like to think that on each floor of the Tangledeep there is effectively a Hagrid. This is a dark construct. Well, okay, I've never seen anything darker. I guess I can't argue. This is just a mini Dreamcaster. Okay, too much money. It turns out. I would not mind upgrading this sword. I think this sword is totally fine. But we'll have to see what the merchant on the floor looks like as well. It might not be worth using the Dreamcaster. Even if we can, because it might just be better to hold off and spend all of our money at the shopkeepers, since we know their loot is so good. Is it weird to describe the things that a shopkeeper sells as their loot? I feel like there's a real murdery implication to the word loot in video games. For real, I promise you guys, I have no intention of murdering you all. I mean, you can kill a shopkeeper, and if you do, then the stuff in the shop does sort of become loot. And that skill's pretty good. Just like bank wrath charges for a while and then obliterate an enemy or two. One time in a D&D campaign, when I was younger, in my salad days, whatever that means, the party rogue and I did have occasion to loot a shopkeeper. I was playing a deeply dishonest bard, and we decided to go shopping in town, and we sent the paladin off on some quest. You know, dude loved quests, so we gave him a quest, and he ran off to do it, and we went to visit the magic item shop. In the shop, there was some magic stuff. He had a bag. You know, magic bags in D&D, that's a big deal. There's all kinds of great magic bags. Let's see, we don't want any of this stuff. What does this trusty robe do? 15% to negate magic damage and gain a 10% spirit power buff for 10 turns. That seems great. 2,100 gold is probably not an amount we can get to, though. So let's sell all the common garbage and then also sell the other stuff manually. Yeah, I don't want that. This is not... Nah. Don't need you. And you pick up a lot of garbage really quickly in this game. So yeah, magic bag. It's like a big deal, right? Do you have enough to buy this trusty robe? And I think I will, because it seems great. And we're going to receive it after beating the journey, provided that we can do that. So there is a good reason to wait before coming into these, even though it seems like in most of them, your stuff gets completely reset because you are setting the rank of the relics that you find while you're inside. Anyway, this bag. Don't worry, there's only going to be probably no more than 15 more interruptions before I get to the end of this very short story. So this bag, it's like, hey, a bag of holding would be like a really useful thing, I said, as the person who sometimes had to lug loot from place to place because I didn't want the paladin to touch my loot. So we said, hey, shopkeeper, is this a bag of holding? And he said, no, this is much rarer. This is what's known as a bag of devouring. To all appearances, it is a bag of holding, but anything placed in the bag is immediately destroyed. And we were like, why would you... What? Like, yeah, I bet that is rarer than a bag of holding, because who would want that? And then I had a brilliant idea, and I said, hey, let's test it. Why would that exist? That doesn't seem like a thing anyone would make. Let's try it out. So I dropped a dagger into the bag, and the rogue and I looked into the bag, and I said, hey, what are you trying to pull here? That dagger's still in there. This bag doesn't devour anything. And the shopkeeper was perturbed. He was very upset. He was like, oh my god, I can't believe I would never try to trick a customer. My reputation, etc., etc. And so I said, well, come over here and look and see if it ain't. The dagger is still right there. The bag didn't devour anything. This guy is real tough. He's resistant to both lightning and physical, which makes him functionally immune to my attacks. Okay. Hexer Slurpleg, that's gotta stop happening. You can't just walk around being named Hexer Slurpleg. And he did. He came over, and he looked inside. I held the bag open for him, and he leaned over to look into it, and the rogue grabbed him by the collar and jammed his head in the bag. And it turns out it works. It's actually a very effective bag of devouring. Maybe the most effective bag of devouring anyone's ever seen. So then we took a bunch of stuff and ran off, and we didn't let the paladin know about all our stuff. And if that story seems to you like, hey, maybe you were playing an evil character there, SB. Yeah, basically. Don't worry, he got his comeuppance. Deep Lake's Gem. Move through Deadly Void with no penalty, gain 5 CT while moving in water, plus water damage, plus defense and damage in water. This is cool, but it's a little bit specific, and it's not really like our thing. Oh, I do like Lucky Full Plate of Avarice and Thorns, though. Yeah, more gold from monsters, and also more gold from monsters, and then also, Thorns. So that's 26% physical resistance minus 10 damage from physical. And it's only 2250. We might be able to get to 2250. We'll be back. Yeah, eventually that bard's greed was his undoing, and he was stabbed to death by the party magic user. Can't say he didn't deserve it. Three charges? Yeah, 3 charges is enough to spend my energy. So this is what low-level paladin play looks like. You have some abilities, they synergize well. If you're not being totally carried by your gear, sometimes you actually have to use them. I'll tell you, I do miss playing D&D. Unfortunately, at some point, I became the guy who is the game master in every role-playing game we play, so I haven't played in a role-playing game in a long time. Ooh. Statue of a Mighty Warrior. Okay, should I meditate here? Yes, absolutely I should meditate here. Why would I not do that? You've learned Berserk, Cruel Crusher, Sunder, and Home Run. Oh, that's interesting. Deal 20% damage with maces to monsters that have been stunned in the last 2 turns. When striking a monster for at least 15% of their max HP with a mace, your chance to stun is doubled. Smashes an enemy in melee with massive force. Wow, that is massive force. Holy crap. dealing huge damage and knocking them back. 275% weapon power plus another 125% if they hit something when you knock them back. Cooldown only ticks when actively using a weapon of type mace. Okay, so we need a mace. Yeah, we need a mace real bad. Okay, let's keep our eyes open. I mean, maybe we'll encounter another Weapon Master statue for a different weapon type, but it would seem to me like we should get ourselves a mace. So I'm just going to mash on this guy because he is lightning resistant. And we're still going to smite, because smite is real good in a lot of ways. Stop it. Okay, there we go. Now, this run's going alright so far, and we certainly have a lot of flask charges. Can't be too mad about that. And luckily, Paladin, although we did not start as a Paladin this run, Paladin's actually one of the more powerful low-level classes in my opinion. Like, your abilities are simple and they synergize well. You do lots of damage and you're really tough. Maybe a little bit inflexible, not great ranged options, very few damage types available, which can sometimes be a bummer. Like one of the big benefits of, say, like the Spell Shaper is that the Spell Shaper has access naturally to like 3 or 4 different damage types, and so if you run into an enemy who is very resistant to a couple of things, you have options. Okay, I think that might be the whole floor. Nope, there is still room over there. Have we made enough money? Also, apparently there's a room down here. Have we made enough money for that armor? I have no idea. Alright, so far, these guys have really not done anything to us. Yeah, they just, like, set themselves up to heal and then die horribly. I should probably be trying to close the distance here. Where was the merchant? The merchant is down. Okay, we don't need... Hold on. Okay, I was gonna say, did I unequip that at some point? But no, we just got a second one. A Chemist's Leather Cap of Companions is not amazing. It's 170 damage. This is not a mace. Flails are their own special weapon type that does not have weapon masteries for some reason. Okay, so we made it to 3388, which means we get full plate. All damage to bandits by 20% and reduces damage from bandits by 20%. We're not actually running into that many bandits. Plus 20 Guile is pretty powerful. I think we'll skip out on that. Equip ourselves some nice heavy plate, and now it makes sense to buy armor training, although we only have 1 movement ability. Like, naturally, paladins don't get a ton of use out of armor training. You're somewhat reliant on getting stuff from other classes for it. I think for right now we'll grab Shield Mastery. It's going to play really well with our mace build once we get a mace, and in the meantime it just stuns our enemies 15% of the time. Which is a thing that it's hard to be mad about. A Hex Cobra, that seems like a thing we ought to kill quickly. Actually, never mind, it really doesn't have that much health. And then it shot me for 1 damage? That's weird. Yeah, like, those guys are considerably more dangerous. Also, these guys. Screw this dude. There we go, the power of having a bow. I guess I should just be shooting you with my bow. Well, that's an annoying place for him to jump off to. That's fine, he's not going anywhere. And maybe I should just wait until he's in melee, because he is really not taking that much damage from the bow. Okay, found the Floor's Merchant pretty quickly this time. Night Ring of Warmth, a Claw of Violence and Might. Claw of Violence of Might and Familiars. I guess of Might is the best kind of violence, and obviously we want to take a mace here. So we have a Penetrating Battle Mage Lucky Base, 50% chance to ignore, block, and parry, and bypasses 50% of physical resist. It's actually pretty compelling. Or a Mana Burn Mace. Spend 3 energy for plus 20% damage with basic attacks. Oh, that's interesting. I think I like the other one better, but that's definitely cool. Yeah, let's equip this and start getting the advantage of all of our stuff here. We really need a new shield. This is the only shield we've seen the entire time, isn't it? Very strange. Alright, let's sell off this thing. And then we also have some just garbage. Mirror Plate has a base 25% chance to reflect magic. Mirror Plate makes a really good base to build cool armor out of. If you have some useful lucid orbs, you get some, you know, bone crabs and whatnot. Also, we should use this Butler's Bell. We totally have a Butler's Bell here. 2 of them, in fact, that I'm just neglecting to use. Hey, that one had a Butler's Bell in it. I didn't even know that could happen. It also had a bunch of chicken pot pie, which is, like, worthless, so I'm glad it refunded itself a little bit. ASB, did you know there's an enemy right there? Yeah, I see him. I'll get there. Don't blind me. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna smash it with my stuff here. Let's give him the home run, because we're gonna knock him back into the wall. Yeah, and it's gonna hit him for 216 damage. What is the cost on that? Nothing. None cost is what it is. That seems very good. It's got a long cooldown. Yeah, geez, what an incredible skill. That Weapon Master statue was a great find. I don't know how common those are. It's possible that you always encounter one over the course of a story, but I'm going to choose to believe that we got really lucky because it makes me happier. And why have the truth when you could have happiness? Alright, let's start by getting rid of this guy. Ow. I don't know if that was a smart move, given that you only have melee attacks. And then this is a little awkward. Let's get these guys out of the bottleneck, because I want them to gather up into a place where we can use Divine Fury to dismiss more than one illusion at a time. Or we can just wait for the illusions to end and then home run this nerd. Nope, that was still an illusion. Damn it. That might be the real guy. I'm gonna apparently berserk targets randomly in the nearby area. Alchemical gas. That seems bad. Hey, you know what's really annoying? This. I was really hoping that was going to destroy more than one illusion. Okay, we should heal and then shield charge into this room. Oh, I guess one of those guys was the guy. You know, when there's no explosion of loot upon their destruction, it's actually kind of hard to tell when you kill a champion. So we're just gonna be home running people constantly because it's unbelievably powerful. Also, I suppose I should be learning abilities. You know, I still don't think it's... Well, maybe Radiant Aura is right. Ordinarily, I'm a little bit less crazy about it, but here, our healing is so limited. Maybe a thing like this. It's hard to want to pay energy for blocking when I want to pay energy for Divine Fury, and, like, Blessed Hammer is also an energy... No, it's not, actually. Never mind. In fact, is... Yeah, Divine Fury is our only energy skill. I thought for sure Blessed Hammer was a spell. Okay, in that case I will take Radiant Aura. Didn't want to get acclimated to using it when I thought I was going to have to stop using it, but apparently not an issue. I thought he was stunned. I guess he was stunned, and then I hit him with the attack and stunned him, and then he didn't do anything, and then I used Smite. I was thinking I was going to get a bonus turn in there somewhere, but that's not really how it works. You know what? Let's go ahead and make ourselves some fruit. The campfire food that automatically, or that completely restores your stamina might also be useful for us. We do use a lot of stamina. So far, though, this is not going too poorly. I remember the last one seeming like it would be very difficult, except that we were taking 0 damage from everything at all times. Right, when stuff walks up to me, I should just home run swing every single time. I'm gonna charge you, and then you get the home run. That did not actually kill. He does have physical resist. And we are only penetrating a portion of that physical resist. Alright, show me something really cool. That's really cool, I'll take that. And then also we have some armillary mirrors. See through illusions and your main weapon can't miss. 20 discipline, 20 guile, 75 health. That's a pretty cool accessory. Rune of Knowledge, polish and shine. That's also very interesting. And the Trumpet of Turmoil. It is a bow, technically. 25% chance to play an invigorating song when attacking. Huh. The arrows come out of the sound hole? That's very strange. I'm gonna buy this. No idea what it does. I'm sure it's going to require some large number of job points to take advantage of it. Ah. I hoped if I moved 2 spaces in 1 turn, he would not get away. Alright, let's home run him. That's a lot of damage. I should probably not stand in that. Okay, a lot of damage and a fair amount of gold. Home run! Wow, they really go flying, huh? Yep, that killed him. Okay. What a good ability. It's nice to get to choose your equipment. It's nice to have a lot of options like this. I am not going to spend a home run on him, because there could be other monsters in this room, and this enemy is garbage. Never mind, we totally would have had time for it to cool down. God, we are not making it through this very quickly. You know what? You get a home run. A tireless, hungry, hydrating, bountiful bag. 50% chance for non-food consumables to be recycled. I do like plus flask healing, and it also has 6 core stats. Is it maybe actually better than our tireless shock ring? The, smite does lightning damage, right? Yeah. As does divine fury. It's actually pretty hard to turn that down. Man. Just super good. Just super, super good. Berserk. I don't know that we're going to use Berserk all that much because it costs stamina and it's not like a total blowout. Oh, well, that's annoying. Let's not be in here. I mean, it still does lots of damage. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. So you're resistant to everything except physical. Well, good news. I have a lot of physical. I also am kind of getting mauled here a little bit. Alright, where are we at here? I need to go all the way around to the left. Although it looks like maybe there's a little bridge here. Maybe this will lead us back around. I do so hate the alchemical gas. You, get away from me. And then I just sit here, I guess, because he's out of bow range. Didn't really think it through, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, is it time to start taking some elemental defense? I mean, That's all it does. It really doesn't feel super good. We are taking a fair amount of elemental damage, though. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. I don't need these, I just leveled up. We found a normal hand axe on the ground. It's our lucky day. Honestly, I'm like a little annoyed by how bad it is to find a hand axe. But if I just found 20 gold on the ground, I'd be fine with it, and that hand axe is definitely worth more than that. So I guess what I should do is stop whining about it. A dirk of frog slaying and also bandit slaying. Any frogs who are also bandits should really look out. Don't need this. I think we're just gonna sell this. Do I want it over the spiked pauldrons, actually? Give stamina? You know what? Yeah, I think I do. I know these give a little bit of physical resistance, which is cool, but... Plus flask healing. Especially in a dungeon where we're very reliant on our flask. Seems like an okay idea. Sell those. I'm sure I have nowhere near the job points necessary for this thing. But we are going to try it out in a second here anyway, so that we know what the number is. Oh, it's not that expensive, actually. We're not there, but it's not that expensive. Maybe this one, maybe the one we found before was the best one. We are getting, I believe, currently no benefit at all from it, so I suppose it's not that good. You know what? You get berserked. You, my friend, are about to get berserked. Yep, home run. Always home run. Jesus. Jesus, what a good skill. Okay. 15 floors, huh? We're an hour into the video and it's floor 9. You know what? I'm not breaking. We're just gonna do this all in one. Nope, I lied. We actually are gonna break it into 2 pieces. Sorry about the jump cut, but this ended up running really, really long. So this is where we're gonna call it for today. Come back next time for way more of this dungeon. It turns out it's huge. And we'll see you then.